to sharpening and other things where if you put this at a negative of what something else is doing, this will simply undo it. So let's find out. I'll grab my adjustment brush. I'm going to turn on auto mask, and I'm going to paint now in that little steeple-like area. It might be a little too much. I wonder if I have any other sliders turned on. Oh, I have shadows turned on. That might be why. Hold on a moment and I'll find out. I'm going to first paint it in because I can always, and I don't know if my gradiated went down this far, but it could be because shadows was on and I didn't need that, and looks like it's also brightening more. I don't know if I got this number accurately or if there's something else in there compensating, but this is similar to what I would attempt to do. I would say let's try to compensate for what that graduated filter is doing by using the adjustment brush. In counteracting it by bringing it the opposite direction. You see that I got this to not be yellowifying there, and let's turn off a little checkbox here and see. It just looks like it's getting way too bright, and I'm not certain why, because this isn't being moved up much. So, I don't know, I tried. I don't think it's exactly what it wanted, but it might give you a direction to head in to try to get what he's looking for.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Okay, maybe we'll do one more quick question before we go to break, and this is from Captcha P, who says, what does process version mean, and why is it checked?
Okay, what does process version mean? I think he was talking about when you were in the creating a preset. And even though I was in this preset and so I'm trying to get this image back to the way it used to be. Going back in my history. I was creating a preset up here, hit the plus sign, and even though I hit click none, Photoshop, or I should say Lightroom, left one checkbox turned on. I'm guessing that's why we're asking, what the heck is process version? Well, what process version is whenever Adobe comes up with a new way of adjusting an image, and they incorporate it into Lightroom, they want to try to make sure that all of your old images still open and look exactly the same as they used to. They don't want to force you into updating them so that they would use the new technology, the new sliders, because maybe somebody just ordered a print of one of your images and you expect it to look exactly like the last one you made. So when they come up with new sliders to add to Lightroom that would change the appearance of every picture you ever open because it's a different kind of math behind it, they name that a new process version. And they name it based on the date that they introduced the new technology. And so you can switch between those on any image by going to the bottom of this list of adjustments and going to camera calibration. That's where you'll find a choice called process. And if you click there, you can choose between the 3 different versions they've come up with. So back in 2003, the technology for adjusting images was not as fancy as it is now. So if I want the sliders that you used to have in that version of Lightroom that was released back then, I could choose this and I'd have them. If I want to get to the sliders I'd have in just Lightroom 3, I would go to here. And now the sliders available under all of these sliders will be like the old version of Lightroom. And if I want the sliders from the newest version, I go there. So when you're saving a preset, it assumes that if you have like an old preset that was made with Lightroom 1, you might want it to be updated to the new process version. Or if you want it to have the exact same effect, you'd want to keep the old process version. So they have that little checkbox to try to keep it consistent. It's a little technical, it's a little bit semi-confusing, but that's what it relates to. Don't know if I gave enough detail to truly answer that.
No, I think that was great. Okay, everyone, we are going to take a 15-minute break. I just want to give a shout out to one of our regulars in the chat room, Tina Roth's birthday today. So happy birthday to Tina. I
Cool.
want to give a shout out to the regulars. So very cool. Okay, thank you.